You pick it up before you've even decided to. You unlock it. Nothing new. You lock it again. 30 seconds later, you do it again. You already know there's nothing there. You check anyway. That's not weak willpower. That's not a broken habit. That's a 100,000-year-old survival system, firing exactly the way it was built to fire, aimed at the wrong target. Your brain didn't evolve for notifications. It evolved for something much older. It evolved for finding food. Picture your ancestors on the savanna 60,000 years ago. No supermarkets, no stored harvests. Every single day was a search. Where is the fruit tree that had berries last week? Is the waterhole still full? Did that herd move north? The world didn't hand out resources on a schedule. It hid them, scattered them, changed them without warning. And the humans who survived weren't the ones who searched the hardest. They were the ones who searched the smartest. Here's the strange part. Searching itself had to feel good. Not finding. Searching. In the 1930s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran an experiment that would end up explaining your phone habit before phones existed. He put pigeons in a box with a lever. Press it. Get food? Simple enough. But then he changed the rule. Instead of food every time, the pigeons got food at random intervals. Sometimes one press, sometimes 20. No pattern they could predict. What happened next surprised him. The pigeons didn't press the lever less. They pressed it more. Obsessively. Constantly. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement, and it turned out to be the most powerful behavior-shaping schedule ever discovered. Predictable rewards create predictable behavior. Unpredictable rewards create compulsive behavior. Your ancestors' entire food search was a variable ratio schedule. Sometimes the berry bush was full. Sometimes it was empty. Sometimes the hunt succeeded. Sometimes it didn't. Evolution needed a way to keep them checking anyway, on the days it was empty, because giving up meant starving. So it built a brain that got a small hit of motivation from the searching itself. Not just the finding, the looking. Fast forward to the 1990s. A neuroscientist named Wolfram Schultz was recording individual neurons in the brains of monkeys, watching what happened when they anticipated a reward. He expected the dopamine to spike when the juice reward arrived. Instead, he found something stranger. The dopamine spiked earlier. It fired the moment a cue appeared that a reward might be coming. The anticipation was doing more work than the payoff. Sit with that for a second. The chemical you associate with pleasure isn't really a pleasure chemical. It's an anticipation chemical. It's the maybe chemical. Your phone is a maybe machine. Every time you glance at the locked screen, you're not checking for certainty. You're checking for a maybe. Maybe a message. Maybe a like. Maybe nothing. And because it's a maybe, and not a guarantee, your brain treats it exactly the way it treated an unpredictable berry bush. Worth checking. Always worth checking. Just one more time. There's a researcher who took this even further into the real world instead of a lab. Robert Sapolsky spent decades studying wild baboons in Kenya, watching how their brains responded to social and environmental unpredictability. What he found, again and again, was that dopamine surged hardest not during the reward, but during the uncertain stretch right before it. Baboons living in unpredictable social hierarchies, never quite sure of their standing, showed heightened stress and heightened anticipatory drive at the same time. Uncertainty wasn't just tolerated, it was, in a strange way, addictive. Now think about your notifications tab. It is engineered, whether by accident of human psychology or very deliberate design, to recreate exactly this condition. You don't know if there's something there. You don't know how many likes. You don't know who texted or what they said, or whether the number will be 1 or 11. Every unlock is a roll of dice built on a 100,000-year-old mechanism that once kept your ancestors alive in a world of scarce, scattered resources. But here's where it gets stranger still. Your ancestors' search always ended. Eventually, you'd find the berries or the waterhole, or you'd walk far enough to know the herd wasn't there and turn back. The search had a boundary. It had an edge. Success or failure, either way, the seeking behavior resolved, and your brain could rest. Your phone has no edge. There's always another scroll, always another refresh, always another possible notification 5 minutes from now. You've built a foraging ground with no horizon, no season, no end of the trail. And your dopamine system, the one still convinced it's out on the savanna hunting for calories, doesn't know how to call it a day. It just keeps sending the signal. Check again. Maybe this time. Check again.